want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons.
You are anti-feminist. I feel like the way people are coming for feminists these days, I have a feeling that they don't actually know what feminists stand for. They don't even know what it is. They don't even know the meaning. Most people actually feel like, oh, if you say I'm a feminist, they feel like, oh, you hate men. You're a men hater. That's what people actually feel. I don't think people really understand what feminism is and the work they've done. Because if you're anti-feminist, get off the podcast, right? Let me show you all this video.
Dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons. I don't even know how long. I mean, there's so many reasons why there's anti-feminism, but we want women to realize that it is untrue that they want to pay 50-50 on a date. That's false. I don't know one woman who is saying that without her being traumatized by a man.
Or hardened in the distortion of masculine.
Exactly. Feminists, I guarantee you, if we were to do research, has a pretty high rate of being traumatized by a man early on. And we need to deal with that. Mm-hmm. We don't need to allow this to continue to emasculate men. Men can't say something to a woman. Most men won't. And I understand why, but women can. And so if we can get to the woman, that's why our program is called Held. And we teach women like, hey, if he's driving, don't correct his driving. Hey, if he's doing something, don't criticize. And I am not perfect. We are not perfect, but we try. My life personally, I've come from a place of seeing what it looks like to emasculate a man. And I come from a family where I wouldn't say my mom emasculated my dad, but she was very powerful and he took a passive role. That dynamic was not healthy for me now. I want a man who's in a leadership role and I want to play a more passive role. And that's actually so designed biologically in me. Then all of a sudden you start to see more love and joy coming from me. And a man is so inspired by a woman who is like flooding with love and flooding with joy, and something lights up in him, and that's biologically designed from the Lord. So the more we can stay lock and step with that, the more we're going to understand just why God designed us like that in the first place.
So they want to dismantle feminism. I'm so ashamed of these women. Like, for real. You guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I have interesting reaction on this video. Let's watch this video together. I'll see you at the end of the video.
We want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons. I don't even know how.
This is like the slap to all women faces who have fought for women's rights so you can have the platform, so you can spread your shenanigans. Do you know that feminism is not about hating men, but it's about ideology and also the social movement that fight for human rights and also the equal rights between women and men. So everybody can become a feminist if you believe to equal rights. And without feminism, we wouldn't have any right to vote, to access our education, the right to fight for our reproduction, and the right to have equality in workplace. Besides, we wouldn't have any right to combat sexual violence and sexual harassment. Did you know that child marriage and female genital mutilation still exist? Not to mention the women's rights in Afghanistan has gone downhill since 2021 or after the Taliban took over. And have I mentioned that every 10 minutes, one woman got by their sexual partner or one of their family members, and 30% of women globally were subject to sexual violence and physical violence too. This is what we have been through and what we have to go through daily, and the only thing that you can think of is paying 50-50. It shows how superficial and shallow your depth of thought is. And you know what? It's okay if you want to be a pygmy. Be it, it's your right. But be a smart one. That's it.
Is smart speaking?
It is untrue that they want to pay 50-50 on a date. That's false.
Stitching a stitch, go all the way back and watch that whole video. Oh God, I don't even know where to start with this, but I'm going to start with 50-50 dating. So I've been hearing a lot of talk from younger generations about, having to pay half of a date, that sucks, that men should have to pay for women, and it shows appreciation, and it's actually feminist to expect a man to pay for you at dinner. I'm old, okay? I'm almost 50. I am a Zennial, a Gen Y, so I was born in the late 70s. I was a teenager and a young person in the 90s and the early aughts, and let me tell you, we brought in that 50-50 double Dutch dating for a very good reason, and it kind of shocks me how much people don't know their own feminist history. So, why did we bring in 50-50 or double Dutch dating? Why did it become popular in the late 80s and through the 90s and into the aughts? Is why. The expectation that a man would take you out to dinner and you would owe him is why we went double Dutch, guys. Because, yeah, that was the expectation. The expectation was that if a man took you out to dinner and it was a really nice dinner and he spent hundreds of dollars on you, which was a ton of money back then, even $100, you owed him something. A second date, second base, something. So when I was young, feminists firmly rejected that idea by saying, I'll pay for myself. I want to be on equal footing here. I still give that advice to young women. Pay for yourself on a date. It's not about whether or not he appreciates you. I can understand the argument that you're making sure that he's financially secure. I get that. But there are good men who are working class and poor. And when you focus on trying to get a high value man, the high value is money, you miss a lot of high value men who may be poor but are fantastic human beings. But the main reason is your safety. You are safer if you pay for yourself. You don't know if he's that kind of guy until he's that kind of guy. So yeah, so for this person saying, oh, well, we don't want feminists because pay for date, and also the people replying going, that has nothing to do with feminism. It does, actually. That was hard fought. And you would think that it wouldn't be, but the very pushback we're seeing now shows you why. Learn the history of your foremothers, folks.
We want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time.
Then get off the internet and stop making podcasts. I am so sick and tired of these anti-feminist women profiting off of the labor of the women who came before them that literally fought to give them the rights that they're using now to try and push other women down. You are not anti-feminist if you are on the internet, on podcasts, independently speaking about your beliefs. You can't be anti-feminist if you are doing those things. Do you know why? Because the only reason you're allowed to do those things and voice those opinions without the explicit permission of a man is because of feminism. You dumb. I guarantee you they're also making money off of this podcast. That's not very anti-feminist of you. And mind you, their most pressing issue that they talk about in that episode is literally women paying for dates. The reason they're anti-feminist is because they don't want to pay for first dates. You're not anti-feminist. You just want to use all of the rights that you have been rewarded while pandering to a very specific type of man. A type of man, by the way, who is not interested in you because you are too loud. Because true traditional women don't do what you're doing. You're just a hypocrite.
We want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons. I don't even know how long. I mean, there's so many reasons why there's anti-feminism, but we want women to realize that it is untrue that they want to pay 50-50 on a date. That's false.
This idea that you're anti-feminist because you don't believe in 50-50 comes from an individualistic view of how feminism operates, when directly it is for the liberation of all women within society, not just white feminism. It takes great level of privilege to ignore the historical and also ongoing dispossession and systematic inequalities within society that women face within modern day. It is about safety, equal pay, access to education, bodily autonomy, not be persecuted or discriminated against. Because true feminism is not about a debate about dinner bills. It's easy for you to be anti-feminist if you don't have to worry about the systemic barriers that affects other women.
We want to dismantle the whole feminist movement. Yes, we do. We are anti-feminist. We've been anti-feminist the whole time because so many reasons. I don't even know how long. I mean, there's so many reasons why there's anti-feminism, but we want women to realize that it is untrue that they want to pay 50-50 on a date. That's false. I don't know one woman who is saying that without her being traumatized by a man.
I would like to tell you something embarrassing about myself. A long time ago, when I was a idiot, I said something vaguely in support of women's empowerment in America. And then I followed it up sheepishly and embarrassingly with, but I'm not a feminist, though. And then a friend of mine looked at me and she said, what? And I said, yeah, I just don't. And she goes, what do you think feminism is? And I said, I don't like this. And she said, feminism is when you think women should have equal rights as men. And I said, oh. Feminism is not when women have to pay 50% on a date. Feminism is believing that women should be allowed to have bank accounts. This is important shit for you guys that you need to learn. And I know that because I too, at some point, embarrassingly in my life, was a massive idiot, and I didn't know that. And I thought this shit too. And thankfully, my friend looked at me and told me to my face that I was being a dumb dick idiot. And thank God I listened and read a book or 2 or 9 or 10. It's important. I am a card-carrying feminist, I think, and I'm no longer ashamed to say that because I learned what the fuck word means and what the movement is. And I would go so far as to say that most people are feminists. They just don't know what that is yet.
How about just you? How about you just worry about what you want? You want to dismantle feminism for you. You want to be governed over by a man. So good luck. Why don't you just worry about you? I'm scrolling through my For You page and this young lady's talking about how she's breaking down feminism and how every woman wants a man to take care of her. Deep down, every woman wants a man to take care of her. As she's sitting on a podcast, using her voice to share her opinion, she's telling all of us that we want a man to take care of us. Though some of us are in partnerships, marriages, and relationships with men, doesn't mean that we don't want autonomy over ourselves, our thoughts, our bodies. Maybe just you. Let's normalize speaking for ourselves. Let's normalize having individuals govern for themselves. If there is someone who wants to be a trad wife, I say, bake your bread, girl. If there is someone who wants to girl boss, I say, work hard, girl. Hustle, girl. Build your business. If there is somebody who wants to do a combination of the both, bake bread on weekends, make bread during the week, I say, let's go. Supporting women's decisions is what we need to do. Telling women what to do, you can keep it. I'm not interested in having you share blanket statements that all women want to be taken care of, because all women do not want to be taken care of. We all get to live the lives we want, that we decide. Whether that's staying home and taking care of our kids, whether that's working outside the home, whether that's just working completely and not having children at all, we get to decide that. So you can choose to say that being a feminist is a bad word and act like it's something evil, though you are on a podcast benefiting from women who fought for us to have a voice. Focus on yourself. Normalize determining what you want to do and do it, and allowing others to do the same.
Sometimes last year, I kind of was watching some documentaries on women in Afghanistan. These women, they've been banned to step outside. They cannot sing, they cannot talk to, in fact, they cannot go to school. They have to cover their faces from head to toe. I think at a certain age, they must get married. They stopped them from people that were going to school. They closed down. No women allowed to go to school and all of that. The way they are treating women in that country is crazy, right? This is what feminists do. They fight for women's rights. They fight for equality. The fact that a man can go to school and do whatever he likes in that same country, but the law does not apply to them. It applies only to women. Women, the way they are shrinking women in that country is scary. And you're seeing some women coming online to talk about they want to dismantle feminism. The fight that women have fought, having owning a bank account, in fact, having to have a passport in my country, I feel like the thing, before you can get a passport, you have to sign, have a man to sign for you. Even getting houses, once you rent an apartment as a single woman, it's difficult. You have to lie that you have a man. You have to be like you're a married woman. Some places, if you are not attached to a man, is a problem. You have to get a man's signature. You have to. Some jobs you can't even do. The fact that you're a married woman self, you can't even go for some jobs because you already automatically know that you're going to get pregnant one day, and once you get pregnant, it's not that they are paying you one kind of money because you are pregnant. No, you are stuck in the house while the men are out there working. The thing is, I feel like some people don't even understand what this feminism stands for. They don't even know what they are doing. There was a fight for child marriage. It was really trending. And the thing is, and why they were doing that is because even here in Nigeria where I'm staying, girls, 8 years old, orphans in orphanage home, they were taking them out for marriage. 8 years, teenagers, 10 years, they were getting married to grown men. When we say child marriage, we are talking about child girls marriage. I don't know, like it is girl thing. This is not a boy thing. We're not even saying they are not marrying boys out at that early age. They are marrying girls out at that early age. These girls are getting pregnant. They are losing their lives. You understand? Because they are too young. They're just a child and they are already doing things with these grown men. And like, it's just a lot. This is what feminists fight for. When you're talking about hating men, that is even different. They don't, even people that hate men, they don't even come and tell you, you must hate men, you must hate men. They only pick out the things that men are doing for you so that you will see and shine your eye and know that these people don't like you. And the fact that even the women that hate men so much, they can't even stand them. I don't think you'll hear that. Oh, because she hates her man so much, she unalived him. Oh, she hates her ex so much, she unalived him. No. IS is to run away from him or tell people or warn people against him or warn people against men like that. That is what they do. So I don't understand. We're seeing women come online on podcasts and saying that you want to dismantle feminism, you are anti. I'm so ashamed, you guys. I'm like, I just feel like most of them do not understand. That's why one of the creators was saying most people don't understand. And once you open your mouth and say I'm a feminist, people look at you like, oh, you hate men, or oh, you want to be above men. They just the way they kind of think. So most of the time, I just feel like most people don't understand the feminist movement. Most people don't understand what the word stands for. They don't even know what they do, and it's so annoying. Anyways, you guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Jogo Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.